coming from that of like the value of choice or not having choice. And for Park, it's always like doing the acts of phone up and still getting to show up. But he decides how he leaves. As the story starts to unfold, it goes from I'm this amazing guy and I'm doing stuff. Okay, now I have to figure out how I'm going to help keep myself and my guys alive. And we get to see that kind of play out through all these different hero situations where your city is taken apart. Everything that we do and everything that we put in our game has to feel authentic. Who the characters are, the conflict they're thrown into, and the ways that they resolve that conflict is integral to what my warfare is, and putting the player right in the middle. To see how many people total, yeah, I think we'll probably need to do more like 12 because this has to be a battle. Like this has to be like my guys might go like over on the sun and yeah, exactly. It's a little more complicated than some of the other ones, but we'll get there. One of the things that makes Waterfall is it has multiple story threads. We get to experience different threads of the story through different characters and how they resolve the conflict that they come across. In South Korea, conscription is mandatory, which means all young people have to go into military service. We wanted to use that as a starting point for our character Park. He starts as a grunt who would rather be doing something else, and when war breaks out, he's forced to make a decision about how he's going to respond to that.
just starting from that of like the the value of choice or not having choice. And for Park, it's the line we use is like they didn't give me the option to sign up. They just told me when to show up.
Exactly.
Right. But he decides how he leaves. As the story starts to unfold, it goes from I'm just hazing a new guy and doing my daily stuff to okay, now I have to figure out how I'm going to help keep myself and my guys alive. And we get to see that kind of play out through all these different, harrowing situations. Like your city's being bombarded. You're just running from space to space as North Koreans are, falling, literally dropping in from the sky. And so it's just like, you've never fired your gun at another person before. What does that feel like? What are you going to do mentally, to prepare yourself? No, it's time to initiate combat. Right? That's a tough decision to make. So I think that was an interesting place to go with someone who didn't ask for this, who didn't sign up, for a war, but is faced with fighting through one.
Modern Warfare 4 brings us into new emotional territory because of some of the experiences that the characters have been through, some of the choices that they made that they can't come back from. We get to build on a foundation that makes this new chapter something we've been building towards for a long time, and a story that we're really passionate about telling.
DraftKings Casino gave your spins with new flexes. Forget one game. Now you choose which slot to use.
First bet price in 2019.
1,000 total flexes of your choice slot.
We get dirty and the world stays clean. Right, and I think people found that enticing at the time. That was a different way to look at what the good guy is, what the good guy has to do. The bad guy's scared of the dark. But here we are in Modern Warfare 4, and what's the evolution of this? Right? Where do you take that to the end of the line? Right now, with Bryce, this is an operator that essentially, after the investigation, has turned into an outlaw. Right, he doesn't have the same security apparatus that he had. He doesn't have the same tools necessarily of his trade. But he's going to find. Let alone a full scale. He doesn't have the same security apparatus that he had. He doesn't have the same tools necessarily of his trade. But he's going to find the best tool for the job, no matter what he has to do. We're going to see. Really, how far he's willing to go.
This is excited to see where these characters if Valeria starts back here and goes up to there, I guess. Right? So they get out of the helicopter. They walk. They open the door. She's like talking to him like. Discovered. And they will get out and when we land here, Modern Warfare is synonymous to infinity. We make it so for me, everything we do, everything we put in our game has to be authentic. Who the characters are, the conflict they're thrown into, and the ways that they resolve that conflict is integral to what Modern Warfare is. Putting the player right in the action.
She just had this secret, but I thought it was not first sight.
In certain areas of that site,
we set off to make the best multiplayer arcade shooter we possibly could. To us, that means Modern Warfare with unrestricted movement, types of equipment, kill streaks, guns, systems for you to engage with.
If the player wants to do something, they say, they pick the sticks. We want them to go.
Talking about what should do.
When I sat down with him, I was like, all right, Jack, so
The building
what do you want
block
to
of
have?
physical reality.
What is the name of the piece again?
I told him, look, if you and I are doing this, You and I need to be more than confident with everything that we do.
Mark and I very quickly settled on the fact that it should be about our egos. It should be about more than just
The game is so I love playing it. And one of the things that we've pushed slightly is if you know it's $5,000, you need to play the game. Fridays now is the play date, the play test day.
Excuse me for just one moment.
I got it. Hey, George! Just launch right in there.
This is meant to be tell me,
Borders of India and
what is
Pakistan
the
in the late 1940s and early 1950s. What they found in these
Definitely got a big improvement. People were feeling like more restricted. You still felt like a bit Modern Warfare.
It was cool to see people sliding over the cars that we have. Like, it was rad to see people returning to the tech and, like, you know, mantling the slide on top of cars or even using
What I love is just how natural it feels. It's not like the movement options are difficult to wrap your head around. You just hit the controller and you control it instantly. And so, like, I think it's going to feel natural to a casual player, and there's enough space where you can, like, optimize. It's really faster.
When they detonated the first atom
We got
bomb.
kind of dinged on level 2 with our film, where we took some things from base, this to feel good, we're terrible. So this project, we were like, we need to make some adjustments. We set out for pictures at the beginning of this game, getting ideas about some people like making the slides, behind, like, all these ideas. That's awesome. I love all that stuff.
my best customer on actual date. May I tempt you both with some fresh apple pie?
it's an incredible experience, right? To be with a team that has, you know, shipped so many titles, and that's great. Learning tools for me as a designer to have this, you know, type proxy experience working with other guys and other people at the studio to say, you know, here's how to be a better designer. Here's how, you know, to really elevate the features to the next level.
We might have some experience, but we know how we feel. We have to make sure that we're not just saying, like, oh, we know what this is. You know, this is make the assumptions like that. You know, with people with perspective that you can say, well, you know, this might be better, this might be better, and that's hey, maps jumping out with people.
Thank you, Mr. There are no accidents, right? You must have seen the UFO.
Talking about why I saw it.
That is a pretty good map.
UFOs fans were unidentified.
Block has kind of been an idea in my head for a long time. I've made a ton of maps. And then you're eventually like, what's the next level? Like, how can you keep coming up with layouts? How can you keep coming up with maps and everything? We're going to just make one that just is living and keeps changing. Every time you play it, it just changes. And what Killbot does is these 3 slabs, they're all built to kind of nest with any others, like slabs. And we're able to randomize that at runtime and playing stealth. When you play a multiplayer game for a while, like you get that sense of discovery every time you play a new map, but that kind of quickly fades, right? You play that map maybe 5-10 times, you're like, I get it, I know all the places. That never fades on Killblock.
Why is that so hard to believe?
Okay, don't get me wrong. I need to believe that there's a high individual slab. Some of them prototypes, some of them
Just not visitors in flying saucers.
So each of these is technically the size of some of our 2v2 maps, but when you get the 3 of them,
Why is that?
it equals the size of Shoot House. We put out a map called Shoot House, and it was that size.
You could be wrong.
With the slabs and with the combination system that we have,
So
that
you're a
is
cynic.
100.
I'm a realist.
We have the content to do upwards of 900. Tech-wise, we're trying to get to 500.
So, Killblock is one of the things I'm like, as a player myself, I'm like, dude, I can see myself spending like
Have that
hundreds and
equation?
hundreds of hours on this.
No.
Cynicism equals ignorance plus arrogance.
Just describe Steve's place.
Sounds more like my last marriage on a date.
Here a long time. Yeah.
The best thing I my favorite airline is when it is your drive to change your AI for 3 How much you pay for I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. Like, you don't know. Just shut up.
Something.
You look like the guy that lives the crypto account that was so pleased
Lucky guess.
That's 6-0.
No, I just might do
for some fucking reason. Where the hackers?
smart as I think you are.
Where the fucking lazies?
Like, we touch everything like, weapons.
You okay?
The dorks and lazy hackers. The worst possible shit in the world.
Right? Like, we have this.
The worst possible shit in the world.
Every day we're playing our game. Every day we're getting feedback, and anyone can give feedback.
There's two types of players that I want to win. I want your essentially like a crack player, but also like the smart player who's like thinking about how they're going to approach certain situations and being creative and catching people off guard. And I think if you have both of those people cooking, like you're in for a great game. I feel like this game is like a homecoming for me, and I feel like the players I want people that haven't been playing COD for a while, and people that have been playing COD every year. Like I want all those people to come home. Both Jack and I have been in the trenches, and we understand what it's going to take, and we are trying our best to push our team to make sure that they all are equipped with knowledge, the support to be successful.
You know what a racket stands for.
The biggest solve for us in putting word is really trying to make things look authentic and believable, real. Now, if you get those things right in the real world, you can bring it into the game itself. Ever since I was a kid, we didn't have a whole lot of money for toys and stuff like that. So I made my toys sometimes. I would make toys out of plywood and stuff when I was older. I was heavy into model making because I loved Star Wars. And so I just grew up with a fascination of model making, kit bashing, and all sort of stuff. But I do better when I have some physical thing in front of me to build from, and I can look at it and twist it in the light and things like that.
Synchronicity is just another word for coincidence, right?
What do you mean? One coincidence, sure. What if they happen 2, 3, 4 times, one after another? At what point does it become years ago? Yeah, there it is. We build a lot of live action suits and all these builds and stuff. Ghost is one of them, and this is the appliance that we'll use. The foam appliance, easy to work with.
Well, I think mechanics is just a matter of perspective. That's one way to look at it.
So I'm just going to cut this mask down when we get it back.
Oh yeah, of course, right away.
But maybe my designer's philosophy is responding to things that happen along the way, and then figure out what tools do I have to solve those problems. But when we're doing stuff like this, it needs to be visually consistent with modern warfare. So that what are you doing? As real as you can make it, I think that's really why it's important to not just draw this stuff, but
I'm getting them some help.
Build it for real.
I just need a little extra time.
When you're working on an iconic character, you don't know it yet. When I did the original Ghost concept, it was done
But if the house isn't livable by then,
maybe
the
under
court
2
will have
hours.
to
I want to
evict
say
it.
just 3 sketches. I had an idea from design, and I had no idea that this character would be, you know, an icon of the Modern Warfare franchise, and like give the face of a lot of this stuff.
Weapon of the god Brahma, called the Brahmastra.
Sometimes I'll just start with a sketch, and we'll go from there. These were some early looks. A few of us felt strongly that we wanted to pay an homage to the original Ghost. People that played those games back then, that's a look that might be new. Players that are just Ghost that way also. So there's something for everybody.
My friend's face.
We had a lot of research with special forces starting back in World War II, and they would customize their gear. I see Ghost as kind of an evolution of the craftsmanship of special forces people, even the leather stuff. They do the same stuff, only the stakes are higher. I wanted to build them as a wearable suit. So I've been getting some people that wear the suits. I have to kind of think about ergonomics, and because of that, it has those ergonomics built into it.
I want to see if they can
Because I built it physically, there's some stuff that actually makes sense. That's the best part about going from a sketch to, you know, some type of concept like this to actually physically build it. What I'm really excited about with the Vault Edition is that this version of Ghost becomes very special after the events of Modern Warfare 4. So that really is why it was important to take so much time and effort to realize this character and build this character out. His presence in this part of DMZ really represents a next step into, you know, what I would consider like new places to go in Modern Warfare. Even their blueprints tie back to, there's some meaning in it, context, and how it fits into the world of DMZ. So I'm really excited about that. I'm super excited to see what people think about this when we, you know, it's released.
Why not just go back to your lab and pretend it never happened?
Is Ghost AK that has an Apex attachment, and it has like a drone killing attachment, which I think is pretty dope. There's all these little cool Easter eggs in those blueprints that kind of inform, they connect to the character, or they connect to the region that they're going into. A couple of those weapons actually manufactured come out of a really cool new place in DMZ that players will discover. The Vault Edition is kind of packed with some good goodies in there. I think people are enjoying it.
Where we go? Where's your car?
I don't like when things look perfect.
Yeah, looks cool.
They feel digital.
You can take mine. It's over here.
And fabricated and unrealistic to be. So this mask is asymmetrical. I did my best when I sculpted it to make it symmetrical, but real things in the real world are they're asymmetrical. They don't line up perfectly. It's very human.
So terrified, it left even its creator, Dr. Robert Oppenheimer, shocked and shaken.
She was self-aware. She was very kind. She watched life on her. She hated science fiction.
For the first time in its history, the Earth has been assaulted by a man-made weapon of incredible power.
These are amazing.
This is Tom Sackles-A. He's an extraordinary character artist, concept artist. You want to talk about iconic characters like this? I think Tom is responsible for some of the really iconic characters in the Modern Warfare franchise.
This character, like Joel, just built the mask. He gave me the mask and took a photo of it, took together and put it on a box. pass it back to Joel. You work on it. We do a lot of
Ancient
collaborative.
civilization
So the character
may
team,
sound
we
like
start to
something
model it,
out of
we
a
go
science
back.
fiction
Like
novel.
Canvas?
So there's a lot of back and
Descriptions
forth
of the similar
collaboration.
deadly occurrences
Yeah, sometimes it just
can be
starts with
found
something
in
that
the
Joel
very
just puts
same
together,
text.
and then
Dr.
we'll
Oppenheimer
make it
wrote
into a
at
full
the New
character.
Mexico atomic
This
test.
process to me is an old technique, and we're probably one of the only studios that does this. It's the DNA of how we develop here, and as you can see, it's taken off. We've kind of grown, the process has grown with the times, the technology, and it's the fans and the community of Call of Duty decide what's iconic, and we just do our best to put together really detailed artwork that's inspiring. And he's got a couple on this project already. I've got the feeling they might be, like, you might see it the same way, but I'm feeling it personally. They're really good.
Yeah, because you're holding the brush with the butter.
Years ago.
Yeah, good for that.
5,000 years before the earliest recorded civilization in Mesopotamia.
Imagine
If you read the ancient Indian epics, they read like modern-day science fiction. Yet they're thousands of years old, with references
version
not
of
only of
Ghost
flying chariots and
actually
of these
really
gods
difficult
that
to build.
have these incredible
And it's all
technological
bespoke, so
capabilities.
it's a one-of-a-kind
Incredible
build.
weapons
There aren't
that
any
they
more of
use
these in the
those
world.
epic
This is it. And, down to the discuss and everything, they're all unique to this mask. So this is it. This is the source of this character. This is the multiverse melted by the bomber weapon.
Ancient wisdom theorists believe the Burma weapon was an early nuclear device because the descriptions of its deadly